Your body changes after 60, so should your diet. If you want to stay strong, clear-minded, and independent in your later years, what you eat matters more than ever. In this video, we'll break down the best foods for seniors over 60, what to eat more of, what to cut back on, and how to fuel your body for energy, memory, and long-term vitality. In my younger years, I ate what I wanted. A late-night sandwich, skipping breakfast, an extra slice of cake. My body bounced back without a second thought. But after 60, my body started speaking louder, and I had to learn to listen. Suddenly, the foods that once gave me comfort began leaving me tired, bloated, or restless. My energy dipped, my joints ached more, my mind felt a little slower to catch up. And that's when it hit me. Aging wasn't just about what I could no longer do, it was about how I needed to fuel what I still could. Because after 60, food isn't just about flavor or habit. It's about function. It's about strength, memory, bone density, blood sugar, digestion. Your diet becomes the foundation for how well you move, think, rest, and recover. And yet, so many of us were never taught how much our nutritional needs shift as we age. This video isn't about dieting. It's not about rules or restrictions. It's about giving your body the tools it needs to keep you living well, with more vitality, with more clarity, and with the independence that means everything in these later years. We'll walk through the most important nutrients your body craves after 60, the foods that help protect your muscles and brain, and the common ingredients that might be quietly working against your energy, sleep, or memory. And we'll talk about how to make realistic, gentle changes that support your health without giving up the joy of eating. Because food should still be a pleasure. But now, it can also be your most powerful form of self-care. Let's explore how to build a diet that's not about losing, but about gaining more of what matters: strength, clarity, and freedom. You don't eat like you did at 25, and your body wouldn't thank you if you tried. After 60, everything shifts. Your metabolism slows down, meaning you don't need as many calories to maintain your weight. But here's the catch. While your calorie needs decrease, your nutrient needs actually increase. That means every bite matters more than it ever has before. Your bones, once strong and dense, begin to lose their strength. Your muscles, unless you're actively preserving them, start to decline, a condition called sarcopenia. And it's not just about strength. Muscle loss affects balance, stability, and even your ability to stay independent. Then there's the brain. Memory changes, slower recall, and mental fog can creep in, not necessarily from aging alone, but often from missing key nutrients the brain needs to stay sharp. On top of that, many seniors take medications that interfere with how nutrients are absorbed. Calcium, B12, magnesium, these essentials can slip through the cracks without anyone noticing until fatigue, confusion, or weakness set in. Digestion also slows. You may feel fuller faster, or certain foods that never bothered you before now lead to discomfort, bloating, or acid reflux. All of these changes don't mean your best years are behind you, but they do mean that what you put on your plate can either support the life you want to keep living or quietly work against it. Nutrition after 60 isn't about weight loss or trendy diets. It's about protecting your bones, preserving your memory, fueling your energy, and keeping your body strong enough to do the things you still love: gardening, walking, playing with grandkids, or simply getting out of bed without pain. This is the time to start thinking of food not just as something you enjoy, but something that serves you. Because after 60, your meals become more than just daily habits. They become the foundation of your independence. And that's a gift worth investing in, one bite at a time. Strength isn't just built in the gym, it's built in the kitchen. After 60, one of the most overlooked threats to health isn't weight gain or high blood pressure, it's muscle loss. And it doesn't happen all at once. It happens slowly, silently, when we stop feeding our muscles what they need to stay strong. The truth is, most older adults don't get enough protein. And without enough protein, your body starts to pull from the reserves you can't afford to lose, your muscles. That's when everyday tasks, getting up from a chair, carrying groceries, walking without fear of falling, start to feel harder than they should. But it doesn't have to be this way, because strength after 60 can be protected and even rebuilt with the right foods. Start by making lean protein a daily priority. Eggs, chicken, turkey, Greek yogurt, beans, and tofu are all powerful sources. These aren't just foods. They're fuel for your muscles and, by extension, your independence. But protein alone isn't the whole story. Your joints need care too. That's where omega-3s come in. Found in fatty fish like salmon, chia seeds, walnuts, and flaxseed, omega-3s help reduce inflammation and support joint mobility so you can keep moving with less pain and more freedom. Don't overlook the power of resistance-supporting foods like legumes, nuts, and low-fat dairy. These foods offer a balance of protein, healthy fats, and essential minerals like magnesium and calcium, key players in muscle and bone function. Here's something that surprises many. It's not enough to eat protein once a day. Your body benefits most when you spread protein intake across every meal. A little at breakfast, some at lunch, and a generous portion at dinner helps your muscles rebuild consistently, protecting your strength one meal at a time. This isn't about becoming a bodybuilder. It's about staying strong enough to walk, lift, climb stairs, and live on your own terms. Because the truth is, muscle isn't just about movement. It's about dignity, freedom, quality of life. And the good news? Every bite of the right food brings you one step closer to holding on to all of it. It's not just your muscles that change after 60, your mind does too. You may notice it in little moments, forgetting names, misplacing your keys, struggling to recall why you walked into a room. It can be frustrating, even scary. And while some memory shifts are a normal part of aging, what you eat plays a powerful role in protecting your brain and keeping you mentally clear, focused, and confident. Your brain, like any other organ, needs fuel. And not just any fuel, the right kind. Start with leafy greens like spinach, kale, and Swiss chard. These foods are rich in vitamin K, lutein, and folate, nutrients linked to slower cognitive decline. Just one serving a day can make a difference over time. Think of it as brain armor on your plate. Then there are berries, especially blueberries, blackberries, and raspberries. These tiny powerhouses are loaded with antioxidants that protect the brain from oxidative stress, which can lead to aging damage. Studies have shown that people who regularly eat berries maintain better memory function. And they're delicious too. Healthy fats also play a critical role in brain health. Avocados, olive oil, walnuts, and almonds support memory, mood, and mental clarity. These fats help maintain the structure of your brain cells and improve blood flow, two things essential to staying sharp. But just as important as what you add to your plate is what you begin to limit. Processed sugars, those hidden in soft drinks, packaged snacks, even so-called healthy cereals, are strongly linked to cognitive decline, fatigue, and brain fog. They may give a quick energy boost, but the crash that follows can affect both your focus and your mood. Over time, a high-sugar diet increases your risk for insulin resistance, which research has connected to dementia. The good news? Small changes add up. Swapping a sugary snack for a handful of walnuts and a few berries. Replacing white bread with whole grains. Using olive oil instead of butter. Each shift supports your brain, not just today, but for years to come. After 60, your mental clarity isn't something to take for granted. It's something to nourish with intention. Because staying sharp isn't just about remembering facts or names. It's about holding on to who you are. And that's worth every bite. Strength isn't just about muscles. As we age, it's the invisible support systems, our bones, our balance, our longevity, that quietly carry us forward until something shifts. A stumble, a fracture, a slow recovery. Suddenly, we realize how much we relied on what we once never thought about. After 60, bone health becomes more than a medical topic, it becomes personal. It's about staying upright, staying mobile, and staying independent. Calcium is where it starts, but not just from a pill. Real food sources make a difference. Sardines, bones and all, are one of the richest sources. Fortified plant milks like almond or oat milk can help, especially for those who avoid dairy. Plain Greek yogurt offers a bonus, calcium plus protein for double the strength. And don't forget your leafy greens. Kale, bok choy, and collards offer calcium in a plant-based form your body can absorb. But calcium doesn't work alone. It needs vitamin D to help it do its job. That's where eggs and fatty fish like salmon or mackerel come in. They're natural sources of vitamin D. And the bonus is they also support your brain and joints. And while safe sun exposure helps the body make its own supply, many older adults need a supplement to stay in the optimal range, especially in winter or cloudy climates. This is worth checking with your doctor. Because without enough vitamin D, even the calcium you're getting might go to waste. Then there's magnesium and potassium, two minerals that often go unnoticed but are vital for bone density, heart rhythm, and muscle function. You'll find them in bananas, beans, lentils, avocados, and whole grains. These aren't trendy foods. They're the quiet protectors of your stability and longevity. The truth is, strong bones don't just prevent breaks. They preserve freedom. They help you keep walking, keep dancing, keep stepping into life with confidence. Because one fall can change everything, so give your bones what they need now, not just to avoid injury, but to keep living fully. Every spoonful, every forkful is a chance to stay grounded and keep going strong. As we get older, thirst doesn't always tap us on the shoulder like it used to. You might go hours without realizing you haven't had a sip of water. But just because you don't feel thirsty doesn't mean your body isn't asking for hydration. After 60, staying hydrated becomes one of the most important and most overlooked parts of staying well. Water affects everything. It cushions your joints, it fuels your digestion, it even supports energy, memory, and mood. And when you're dehydrated, you feel it in subtle but serious ways: slower thinking, stiff joints, dizziness, fatigue. Sometimes what feels like just aging is really your body simply asking for water. But hydration doesn't have to mean chugging glasses of plain water if that feels overwhelming. You can hydrate through food. Cucumbers, watermelon, oranges, soups, and herbal teas all count. Start your morning with warm water and lemon. Add broth-based soups to your lunch. Keep a glass by your side all day. These small steps add up in powerful ways. Digestion also changes after 60. Your gut becomes more sensitive, more sluggish. That's why fiber is so critical. Oats, lentils, beans, apples, and leafy greens all help keep your digestive system moving smoothly. They also help regulate blood sugar and support heart health. But don't rush. Increasing fiber too fast without enough fluids can backfire. It's a gentle process. Build it up slowly and pair it with hydration to keep everything balanced. And if digestion still feels off, consider your gut health. A daily probiotic through supplements or fermented foods like yogurt, kefir, or sauerkraut can help restore healthy bacteria and reduce bloating, irregularity, and discomfort. Many seniors find that once their digestion improves, they sleep better, think more clearly, and even feel lighter emotionally. Because your gut isn't just about food, it's deeply connected to your immune system, your brain, and your overall vitality. After 60, you don't just want to survive your meals, you want to feel energized by them. And that starts with listening to the quiet needs your body shares. Drink a little more, eat a little better, and give your gut the care it deserves. Because feeling good on the inside makes everything on the outside a little easier to carry. By the time we reach 60 and beyond, we've lived a lifetime of food experiences. Meals we've celebrated with, grieved with, shared with, the ones we love. And so the idea of cutting things out can feel harsh, even unfair. But reducing certain ingredients doesn't have to mean giving up joy. It can simply mean making small changes that support how you want to feel, clearer, stronger, and more in control of your body. Let's start with added sugars. Not the natural sweetness in fruit or a drizzle of honey, but the hidden sugars packed into processed snacks, cereals, sauces, and drinks. Over time, these can quietly lead to blood sugar spikes, crashes, inflammation, and even memory fog. You don't have to swear off sweetness forever, but learning to spot where sugar hides and replacing it with naturally sweet options can make a big difference in your daily energy and mental clarity. Then there's salt. Our taste for it doesn't change with age, but our body's ability to manage it does. High sodium intake can raise blood pressure, increase water retention, and strain your heart. What surprises many people is that most sodium doesn't come from the salt shaker. It's already in canned soups, frozen dinners, deli meats, and even bread. Reading labels and choosing low-sodium options can protect your heart without sacrificing flavor. Herbs, spices, lemon juice. These become your new allies in making food delicious without overloading your body. Alcohol, too, deserves thoughtful consideration. A glass of wine here and there may feel harmless, but alcohol affects your balance, memory, and sleep far more after 60 than it did in your younger years. It can also interfere with medications or intensify side effects. You don't have to cut it out entirely, but reducing how often and how much you drink is a gentle way to care for your future self. None of this is about elimination. It's about moderation, about choosing with intention, not restriction. So if you want that occasional piece of chocolate or slice of pie, enjoy it, guilt-free. Just balance it with foods that fuel you, hydrate you, and help you feel steady on your feet. After all, food isn't just nutrition, it's connection, it's comfort. And when you eat with care, not fear, you give yourself permission to age with power, presence, and peace. Eating well after 60 isn't just about nutrients. It's about joy, simplicity, and feeling good in your body without stress or overwhelm. Because when energy is lower, appetite is smaller, or cooking feels like a chore, even the healthiest plan can fall apart. That's why your meals need to nourish more than just your body. They need to fit your rhythm, your needs, and your life. One of the best ways to make eating easier is to batch cook. Choose a day once a week or even once a month when you can prepare a few hearty, balanced meals and freeze them in individual portions. Soups, stews, casseroles, and stir-fries all freeze well and reheat easily. This way, on days when energy is low, your freezer becomes a support system, not a burden. It's like giving your future self a helping hand. Another simple yet powerful tip: use color as your guide. The more color on your plate, leafy greens, orange carrots, red peppers, purple cabbage, bright berries, the more nutrients you're likely getting. A colorful plate isn't just beautiful, it means you're feeding your body with vitamins, antioxidants, and fiber that help every system thrive. If you find your appetite isn't what it used to be, try smaller, more frequent meals. You don't need to eat large portions to stay nourished. A smoothie with protein and fruit, a boiled egg and toast, a handful of nuts and some sliced apple. These small meals still count. They help keep your energy steady without overwhelming your stomach. And don't forget, food should still taste good. If salt and sugar are being reduced, herbs and spices become your secret weapon. Basil, rosemary, garlic, turmeric, cinnamon, lemon zest. They bring life to your meals without adding health risks. Cooking becomes more enjoyable when every bite feels flavorful and intentional. This stage of life doesn't mean giving up your favorite foods or settling for bland, diet-phobic eating. It means finding a rhythm that supports you, meals that uplift you, and a plate that reflects the vibrancy of your life. Because every meal isn't just a chance to stay healthy, it's a chance to honor yourself. With every bite, you're choosing strength, clarity, and connection to the life you still want to live. And that's something to savor. After 60, eating well isn't about dieting. It's about dignity, energy, and staying in charge of your life. It's about waking up with a little more strength in your step, a little more clarity in your thoughts, a little more confidence that your body is still capable, still resilient, still yours to guide. By now, you've seen how food affects more than just your waistline. It touches everything: your bones, your muscles, your mind, your mood. And in this stage of life, nutrition becomes less about restriction and more about intention. What you eat can either weigh you down or lift you up. But here's what's most important to remember. Even the smallest changes matter. A spoonful of yogurt in the morning, a glass of water with lunch, a handful of almonds instead of cookies, a few more greens on your plate. These aren't dramatic overhauls. They're quiet daily acts of care that add up to something powerful over time. You don't have to be perfect. You don't need the most expensive ingredients or the most complicated recipes. What you need is a little knowledge, a little compassion for yourself, and the belief that you're still worth fueling, because you are. This is your body. It's carried your story, your work, your family, your heartbreaks, your triumphs, and it deserves to be fed in a way that honors all of that. The best diet isn't about perfection. It's about supporting the body that carries your story. Feed it with care, and it will carry you further than you think. You're not too old. It's not too late. There is strength in your choices. There is life in your meals. And there is a future waiting for you, one that's clearer, stronger, and steadier with every nourishing bite you take. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being here and sharing this time with me. If this video spoke to you, if it reminded you that it's never too late to eat with purpose, or that even small changes can lead to a stronger, clearer, more independent life, I hope you'll share it with someone who might need that reminder too. And if you haven't already, I invite you to subscribe to Elderly Truths. This is a space for honest conversations, heartfelt guidance, and encouragement for every season of aging. Until next time, take care of yourself, body, mind, and spirit, because you're not just aging, you're still growing.